Hi all, welcome back to Learning Partner. So this is a part of Angular 22 tutorial. So till now all the basic topics are completed. We started with installation, component, data binding, TypeScript introduction, routing, then directives we have seen, control flow statements also we have completed. Basic of template and the reactive form. I mean, how do you create a template form and its validation? How do you create a reactive form by using form group and by using form builder and its validation? API call is not started it. Just the basic of form. Then we have to see the signal form. But before moving ahead to the signal form, first we have to understand what is signal. So we got signal from Angular 17. The moment we move on to a zoneless application structure means Angular team is trying to get rid of the zone.js, which is major was involving in the chain detection, right? So Angular team is trying to get rid of that, and now we have signal, so which is more reactive. Okay. Now, before starting the signal form, first in this episode, we will complete the signal, all the basic thing about the signal we will do. Then we will, in the next episode, we will start the signal form. Before moving ahead, if you are not subscribed yet, please do like, subscribe. In video description, you will be finding a link of my WhatsApp group. You can join that. This is me, Chetan Zogi, right? So let's start with the video now. Now, as soon as like for everything, like from the first episode, we are creating like for every topic, we are creating one component. So let's create a component for the same ng generate component signal basic enter. So once you create the component as we have implemented the routing, next thing you have to do is create the route. So let me copy, paste signal. Why basic? Again, one more episode will be there for covering advanced part. So that's why signal basic. Fine. So we created a route. Then we have navigation. Bootstrap navbar is there. So let's add a navigation for that. Let's copy, paste. We need the route. So this is my route. This will go over here. The title itself. Save, save. Let's check if component is getting rendered. So project is running on localhost 4200. If I click on signal, you can see component is getting rendered. Fine. Now let's see what is signal. So till now, doesn't matter if you previously knew the Angular or not. Let's say I will consider like everyone is new to this, right? So like that I will explain the signal. So till now, if you have to store a value into some variable, so what you do, you create a variable in a class level, right? And you store some data inside that. Now a parallel way to do that, we have got a signal. Just like how we were storing data into variable, just like going to be same, but it's a signal type of data we are going to store, which is reactive. We will come to that, what is reactive and all. But for now, just try to understand the basic things. What is signal? How do you create a signal and how do you access a signal? Let's open it side by side. Fine. Now in this component, let's go with the basic one. Let's say you have got employee name. You have to store an employee name. So this is how you create a normal variable. Let's say Chetan. This is how you create a normal variable. And how do you print it? Let's in the HTML dot row dot call 3, and here you print it directly, right? This is how normal variable works. Let's say you have a button, HR tag. Let me open a row column structure. Change name. Fine. So we have a button. Let's say on the button click, you have to change the value of this variable, right? So what you do, click event, change emp name, right? And in this function, you directly change the variable value. This is what you know till now, correct? We are just revising that. This dot employee name is equal to, let's say I'm assigning it to Rahul. So when the page load, this variable has Chetan Zogi, but once you click on the button, you are changing it to employee name. Let's see it. So by default, Chetan Zogi is visible. If I click on the button, see, variable value got changed and UI is showing the updated value. Makes sense. Now, a parallel way to store the value is signal. Okay, now let me show you. So let's say employee mobile number equal to. Now in this variable, you are going to store a signal type of value. So you write signal. Once you click on it, import will get added. See, and here you can provide the initial value 0099009900. Fine. So this is how you create a signal. This is your normal variable and this is your signal. Consider if you don't know anything about signal. So for now, consider it's just a parallel way how you are storing the data. Okay. For now, just for getting the basic clear. How you used to store the data into this variable, just like that you are storing the data over here. Just a moment. Right. So this is how you create a signal. Now, how do you access a signal? Right. So let's create another column and here we will try to access a signal. So I will just print signal something and here you access it like as a method. Like you are calling, you want to print the value that variable particular has signal has. So you access it as a method, like, when you call a function, so you invoke it just like that. It's not a function, but whenever you have to access a signal, you access it as it's a method. You are invoking it. Okay. Let's save it and let's check it. See, it's showing the value. Let's try. Now, here you can see we were providing a data type. So here also you can provide a data type. Let's say employee is active. Now, if you hover on this employee mobile number, see the data type. What is it? Writable signal. So that is nothing but your data type. So writable signal. What type of data you are going to store? Boolean is equal to signal and true, false, whatever value you are supposed to store. So this is how you provide a strongly data type. Make sense? Let's try to access it. Call 3 as a method. Save. See, false it is printing. Make sure. So this is how you create a signal and this is how you access a signal. Doesn't matter either in HTML or .ts. Let's create a constructor. Constructor console log. So this dot, let's say mobile number signal you want to access. So again, here also you will access it as a method. Let me show you console. So either you are accessing signal in the HTML or .ts, you will access it as a method itself as you are invoking it. Clear? Again, you can store any type of data. Let's say you want to store city list signal. I'm just adding a signal word so that we can identify colon writable signal. What type of data? String of array. You can initialize like this array, one value, two value, three value. So we have an array where we have stored signal, but what type of data? Array. So let's try to access it. Let's say here I want to access it on the ULLI because it's an array. So we can print it dynamically. So at the rate for loop. So here, how do we access the signal? As a method? Doesn't matter you are using it in a interpolation or a property binding or even for loop or array. You will access it as like this only. Now here you can access item. It's a string value. Let's save. See, you got it. Understood? So how you used to create normal variable, a parallel way to store the data is signal. That's it. This is very basic of the signal. Yeah, when it comes to theoretical part, it's there. I will explain it in the second episode properly when I take the advanced part. Till that time, your basic will be clear. Then I will explain all the background terminology, why signal was needed and everything. Now, we have seen that how do you change a normal variable. So this is, let's say you want to change a mobile number. So here, let's create another. So let's say here you want to change the mobile number. Change mobile. Fine. So what we need to do, on click of this button, you want to change the mobile number, but mobile number is a signal. right? So here, this dot emp mobile number equal to you cannot use because it's a signal. So signal has a different method, set method, round bracket, and you will pass new value, whatever the new value you want to set. Let's say 1122112233. Let's save it and give it a check. So this is the initial value what signal has. If I click on this button, see, value got changed. So this is how you update a signal. So we have update method also that I will explain in a second episode. So this is how you change the signal value. Okay. This is how you create a signal. This is how you access a signal either in .ts or in HTML as a method. And by using set method, you can change the signal value. Okay. So this is very basic of the signal key. What is signal? How do you create a signal and everything? Because we are going to need it in the signal form. Again, there are so many things in the signal, so we will probably need one more episode just to discuss all the remaining things of signal, like computed signal, linked signal, how to use the update method. Then we have uh, view child, view children, content children, effect, so many different types of signals we have. So that we have to see, that will I will cover that in the second session of this, right? A dedicated episode will be needed for this. I hope these basics are clear. Now, what is the need of signal? When from Angular 21, our Angular application is a zoneless application. We don't have zone.js now in our application. Let me show you a demo of that. Now in constructor, let me remove this. I'm using a set timeout. And in set timeout, after let's say 2 seconds, I'm changing a normal variable value. So this dot employee name equal to, let's say, Poonam Sharma. So on the page load in constructor, by default, this variable is a normal variable. We had a value Chetan Zogi, and this variable we are printing it over here also. And in constructor in set timeout, I'm changing the variable value to Poonam Sharma. Let's add a debugger over here. I can show you if the variable value is getting changed or not. Now see, the variable value currently variable value is Chetan Zogi. Once this line run, variable value is changed. See, your variable value got changed. But if you see the HTML, it is still showing the updated value, old value itself. Sorry. Let me show you one more time. Just pay attention in the constructor. So this is the original value that is only showing over here. Once this line run, your variable value got changed to Poonam Sharma. But if you check it over here, it is still showing the old value. So your variable value got changed, but your UI is not showing the updated value because we don't have zone.js in our application. So when we had zone.js, even if your variable value is getting changed from any asynchronous code, still UI was able to detect the changes and change detection was coming into the picture and UI was showing the updated value. But now we don't have zone.js. So now signal comes handy now. Now see, let me comment it. So you understood. If you change a normal variable from the set timeout, UI was not showing the updated value. Now let's try to do the same thing with signal. So after 2 seconds, I'm changing the signal value. So that mobile number dot set 4455445544. Now see, when you are updating the signal, UI will show the updated value. See, let me reload. Let me add a debugger also. So this is the default value. Whenever I'm changing the signal value, immediately it is showing the updated value. Right? So signal has no dependency on zone.js. Whenever there is a change in signal, UI can fetch the updated value and it will print it. So that's the major advantage of signal. That's why moving ahead, that's why we got signal based form and all. Okay, so moving ahead, signal is going to play a very important role in Angular because zone.js was a third party library. Obviously, whenever chain detection come into the picture, it was third party library. Angular didn't had any control on it. So to get rid of that, they have come up with a signal. Those who know React, so same thing we had in use state. So it is kind of a you can relate it with the use effect hook. Okay. So that's it with this episode. If you are new, please do like and subscribe. In video description, you can join my WhatsApp group. You can connect with me for your mock interviews, your technical related queries and anything. Fine. I hope you are liking the content. Please do keep watching. Thank you.